Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Little Old Sons
and Hun
podcast. We're here this week. We've got Jackson, Mississippi with us.
Yes, sir.
The Carlos de la Cruz.
Yes, sir.
What's your name? Jordan Halverson, and the Donald Ray Daytona. We've got a heck of a podcast for you. You're not going to want to miss this. Find out which one of us is leaving rodeo time. You're not going to want to miss it. It's crazy. It's kind of sad too, you know.
happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Happy
But
fun.
it's happy too at the same time. But sit back, relax, watch, listen, and on to the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Have you told the citizens of Winnebago you're leaving?
No, I haven't.
Well,
I'm leaving.
yeah.
No, yeah, I'm leaving Saturday. So this Saturday.
You're heading back to Georgia?
Yeah, I'll head back Saturday.
How long have you been thinking you were going to leave?
I wasn't. I hit a goal last Monday, and then it just kind of turned into like, I don't really need to be here. I'm just here.
So I guess you got a plan, is the way I understood it.
Yeah, like that money it's what I've been saving up, and it's what I've been investing. So that money is what I've been saving and investing, and I just hit a number that I'm ready to pull it all out and just, dump it. Like it's either gonna work and I'm gonna be broke. It's either gonna work and it's gonna be a good success, or it's not gonna work and I'm gonna be like at zero and just broke.
I like it.
For real.
You gotta go. Sometimes you just gotta go for it.
What's your plan if you don't mind me
Well,
asking?
I got my brothers down there, so that's why it's kind of easy. Like when I was explaining it to them, they were like, "Well, how are you doing it if you're here?" But I've got my brothers down there moving stuff around.
Yeah.
So I bought 8 to 10 acres. Well, it's like, yeah, it's 8 to 10, like 9.5 something.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's land. It has a barn on it. It has a little trailer. And then the plan is to put horses on it. And I'm going to start off with gaited horses because I know they'll sell.
Yeah.
And then eventually introduce a quarter program or follow some trends, just like stocks. Like last year, everyone was trying to get mules. Nobody was really riding them, but everybody wanted one. And that was it. That's just what you would see at auctions.
Heck yeah.
Mules.
You take them. You've got history with working with horses. Do you take them to sale barns? Like what?
No.
No.
It's going to be all private. Well, the ones that don't sell privately are going to go to sale barn
Yeah.
and just hopefully get my money back. That's how we do it. But I mean, we've sold all over, like Pennsylvania, Mexico, overseas. It just depends.
You've sent horses overseas?
Mhm.
Dang.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But can't you put, like, if you do take a horse to a sale barn, like, a lot of, like, horse sales, you can put a minimum
Yes, ma'am.
on horses. Like, you don't have to, like, take what you get
Right.
when the bidder. Like,
Yeah.
you can be like, no.
And you can, they'll ask you the second time are you sure? Like when it hits your number, and if you don't like it because it's moving or someone hit you on the side telling you that they'll give you a better deal, you can cancel it and be like, nah.
Yeah. Horse sales are way different than some of the other sales.
Most of the selling is done before the auction.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're all sad to see you go, but we've got your replacement right here. Jackson, Mississippi.
That's what they call me.
What is your last name?
Matthews.
Matthews?
Close enough.
Yes, sir.
You like Mississippi?
I'm pretty impartial to Mississippi. I don't have anything
I meant
against
like the
it.
name. Like,
Oh, I mean, sure. I mean, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of rolls off the tongue.
It does.
What was that movie? What was that John Wayne movie where it Mississippi? El Dorado. You ever seen El Dorado?
I haven't. No.
Oh man, there's a kid on there named Mississippi. He was kind of a gunslinger like type guy.
Oh.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
Jackson, Mississippi. And there's a song, by Kid Rock. Jackson, Mississippi. You ever heard that song?
No, I haven't heard that one either. But
Oh man.
I'll do some research and then decide to change my name.
Well, I mean, you'd
already changed.
keep the
Yeah.
name. Like Mississippi would just kind of be like Jackson, Mississippi. It's like an alias.
Right.
I've never known anybody to do anything like that, but I mean, you could be a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep riding bulls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
for-
ride if Thursday, if we buck Thursday and it goes well, I've got some lined up for Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
They're like just little mellow yellows. But
Yeah,
that's what I need
just
right now.
I mean,
In Georgia or on the way back?
Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're out in
Elberton.
Georgia.
In Elberton.
who's got that?
His name's Clay Taylor.
Oh yeah, Clay
Bigger
Taylor.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. Real tough guy.
I've been on some of his bulls.
Yeah, he just got his pen and he's got his own little thing going. Just kind of like how I am. He just bought his property last year and he
Mhm.
just finished his pen this year, and now he's bringing guys in.
Yeah,
Are you gonna live? Is the trailer on that land livable?
Like the bunkhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Heck yeah.
definitely doable.
Doable, yeah.
You lived by yourself before coming down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though the idea of if it didn't have a trailer, I was in my head I was gonna live in a trailer regardless. I was gonna buy like
You weren't gonna get a tent.
no, I was gonna live in like a horse trailer with a little living
yeah.
quarters, kind of like JB's, like that thing.
There's a lot of people.
Uh huh.
that do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been because I did that when I would go to Jerome's house. I would stay in that trailer, and that kind of put it in my head like I can do this. Like I can just live in
Yeah.
a quarter.
Yeah,
horse.
there's a lot of people that do that. That get a decent living quarters trailer and just kind of travel around, kind of
Yeah.
find one spot to park it for a while. Or
They're not that bad.
no, I mean, if you're by yourself, like I mean,
They're kind of.
you're not gonna spend that much time in it anyway because
Right.
you're gonna be training horses. Like,
Yeah. If you go to Cody, they let you park your trailer there for free, and like with free hookups and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you gotta. I don't know. You gotta get on like so many days a week, but
also like they make you ride too.
I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they just say that rule, but they're yeah. You.
I mean,
like
but I guess
4
if you're gonna
nights
be there.
minimum a week. Yeah, like if you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
right.
Might as well just
But
center.
I don't know if. So, you just gonna start working on the place then as soon as you get back?
Yeah, start working on it. I got 3 horses that are gonna be like already set to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Just start doing that. Push them out. The goal is to get them sold by the end of the year and have some money ready for next year.
Mm.
Heck yeah.
But that's just that's just the goal. But we'll see.
I feel like that's pretty obtainable, especially since like the market for horses is gonna start going up because people are gonna start looking for Christmas presents. Like
Mhm.
that's pretty popular time of the year for someone to buy their kid or their husband a trail horse or something. So
Heck yeah.
A lot of gaited horses where I'm from. Tennessee Walkers, racking horses.
Yeah.
What's that like riding a gaited horse? I've never been on one.
weird.
It's not weird. That's what I.
It's definitely different than a
It's-
quarter horse.
Yeah, like you
It's an older person horse. I would
Yeah.
say.
you don't have to learn how to sit a trot because like in a,
Puts you there.
yeah, it's just kind of back and forth. Like it's not up and down.
It's like for an old person or a really young kid.
Really
you
young
just
kid.
need them to stay on.
Yeah, I mean it's leisure. Like
Yeah.
you know, you don't want it. Like those people that are riding them, most of them ride them just to drink beer on and
Yeah. Go up a trail.
yeah, go up. It's like in my mind, it's a lot like having a side by side or something like those kinds of horses are. You know,
So my first horse was a Tennessee walking horse, but I was taking like English riding lessons. So I was like learning how to post a trot. Well, you can't post a trot on a Tennessee walking horse. They don't trot. So like I would say stuff as a kid all the time, be like, yeah, I learned how to post my horse's trot. And they're like, she doesn't trot though. Like, I was like 7 or 8.
It probably gave you a good foundation for riding bulls. Like if you started out in like hunter jumper type stuff,
Oh yeah.
like
Dude,
as
a
far
lot
as
of-
like getting to the front and that sort of
A
thing.
lot of hunter jumper stuff translates very
really?
well.
Yeah, really, really good.
you've ridden hunter jumper horses,
Yes,
haven't
sir.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of miss it.
Dude, it's fun. Cross country is fun.
I was watching some videos earlier and I was like, man, I kind of miss, like, I miss it enough that I would do it one time and be like, yep, I don't miss this.
Yeah, yeah. I think if I didn't have poles set up in someone's backyard, I wouldn't do it. Like just driving out there and setting up all that, it takes it out of you.
I just want to go to a horse show. Like, I don't even want to practice. Like, I just want to go to a horse show and just see if I still got it and then be like, all right, I'm done. Retired again. kind of deal, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon anyway.
I've never even seen one. Like
A horse show?
Yeah. Well, I've seen like, they have horse shows for like Tennessee walking horses.
Like the Big Lick.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I've been around that just a little bit, but as far as like English, I mean, I guess you kind of.
You're not missing. If you see it on TV, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I wasn't.
They're
I
boring.
was gonna say I don't really have any desire to go.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody.
So was that a big change for you then? Like growing up riding Tennessee Walker horses and then getting here and riding Dale's horses, or was it pretty natural?
Yeah, I kind of had to learn to sit a trot.
Yeah,
For sure. It was something. I kind of thought I was doing like.
You were doing it?
Yeah,
You were
doing it wrong. Like, well, obviously I was, but I thought like, a Tennessee Walker, you hold them in that gait, like you kind of just.
You put them in it.
Yeah, you kind of are in their mouth just a hair, like. But I didn't really know how to sit a trot very well, so.
But I'm saying, like, when you were riding those Tennessee walking horses, were you like, man, I'm doing this, like I'm doing it right?
No, or I mean, you are doing it. It's just two
Yeah.
totally different styles of riding, like.
There's a wrong way to do it, but
yeah,
and that's how you get like a horse to act up, but it's super easy.
But like they don't have a trot.
yeah.
Like,
I was just talking about like when you transitioned over. Like, did you think it was gonna be kind of the same? Or
Oh
did
no,
you
I knew what
anticipate
quarter
it?
horses were.
Oh, okay,
okay.
Yeah, like I knew what they
Imagine
were.
someone that.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
They thought they were all the same like that.
What's wrong with this horse?
You worded that question.
Yeah, I worded it so wrong. Sorry.
No, not wrong. I just didn't
Just-
understand what you were
yeah.
getting at.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
But yeah, yeah, there was definitely a learning curve. But like, I don't know, all horses lope the same. I feel like pretty much.
Yeah, look, canter.
I don't know. Maybe not.
No. My horse's canter is lope is not very fun. Neither is a
Well,
trot
they're
that.
different, but like
just between
Yeah,
the
well,
gated
they're-
ones.
Yeah, they're
and
all
the,
3-beat. It's a 3-beat gate.
that's what I mean.
Yeah. So it's a racking horse. It's a
That's
4-beat
what I
gate.
just said.
Okay. I thought you were saying like they lope all the same. Like
I
they
mean,
feel
no,
the
some of
same.
them are like shorter or
Yeah.
like dog track or like whatever, but I mean, essentially,
Yeah, they're all the same.
all right. How many bulls did you get on, Jackson?
I bet I was in the neighborhood of 75 to 100, but I would
dang.
say out of that bunch, there was a practice pen about an hour from my house where I grew up, and they had just a lot of very easy jump kicker bulls, and I would say like a good 75% of the bulls that I've been on were like those caliber of bulls. And then but yeah, then in college I went to started going to like more open bull ridings, and I did college rodeo for one semester and pretty well got my butt whooped, and I covered one bull in a rodeo ever. That was it. But
Heck yeah.
yeah, and then I had some buddies that were bullfighters, and I thought I kind of wanted to try that, and so got into that a little bit.
What made you realize you didn't want to ride bulls?
I think for me it was a mental thing for sure. Like there would be bulls that I'd be excited to get on, and then other ones were like I really didn't want to, and I just knew that like if you don't want to get on every single one, like you just should. Like I just didn't want it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but I was helping out at some rodeos for a guy that I worked for part time, and I would pull gates a lot, and so then I was kind of like front row watching like the bullfighters do their thing. I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. And so that's kind of what, and they were super cool guys. One of them I was telling Jordan was Miles Jones. He's from North Carolina, but he always comes out there to Iowa every summer. But yeah, kind of got to be friends with those guys, and yeah, that's what made me want to start doing that. So.
Sorry, I was listening to your story, and I had a question. At what age, like, when did you get exposed to all that? Like, when you went to college?
No, I got on some bulls in high school.
Oh.
But just at this practice pen,
Yeah.
just the jump kickers. I never went anywhere else. And when I went to college that was like when I went to like my first rodeo.
You bet.
But, no, like I said, no one in my family really does any of this, so I didn't grow up around it. I've always been a fan of the sport, though, I would say, like just watching on TV and that sort of thing. So, yeah, just always been drawn to it.
I feel like that's how a lot of people actually end up starting, though, too.
Yeah.
Like just kind of just getting in, just being a fan of it, and then just jumping in and doing it.
I mean, that's
Especially nowadays
All
with
of
that's all
us.
of us.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
you know, the
There's
guys that are kind of born into it definitely have a little bit.
Of an upper hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think it limits your success if you just jump into
no,
it.
absolutely not. It's whatever you put. You just got to work that much harder
Right.
to catch up.
I'd say
Yeah.
almost there's two sides to that coin too, because maybe somebody who grew up in it, getting on sheep since they were 5, maybe they dealt with some injuries at
Yeah,
a young
for sure,
age that
for
kind
sure.
of stunted them later on, whereas someone else maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Like someone that comes to mind for me is Statler. Like, you know, he didn't get on bucking horses until he was like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened and all them guys were just at the house. And I guess he was just getting on every single day. And I mean, it took him a year and then he was freaking
Dominating.
Yeah. Like, I mean, kids making a living right now riding bucking horses.
One person that comes to my mind is Fabiano Vieira, who actually didn't start riding bulls till he was 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, I mean,
Yeah, that's the other end of the coin. Like,
yeah, the other side is, you know, like he didn't start because I went to his house about 2 months ago and he was telling me how he didn't even start getting on bulls until he was 22.
Dang.
Oh, I thought he was older than that.
When he started, he was 20. I mean, he's older than that, obviously,
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah.
yeah. He's like won the baristas or barista.
That big one down there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what it's called either.
Yeah,
Where they give the
like-
big trophy.
Is it? But I think it's Barretos, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Is Tough Hedeman at one time, I think he might still be the only American to ever win that. You ever seen that trophy?
Mm-mm.
It's
Mm-mm.
huge. It's a big, like, it looks like a soccer cup or
Oh,
like
okay.
this. It's
Like our Global Cup.
Yeah,
trophy?
Yeah.
yeah. It's real similar to that. That looks like a party.
Global Cup?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Burrito. Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, it does look like a party. Heck yeah.
There's some footage from that somewhere.
Yeah.
Not our footage, but there's like videos of guys getting on down there.
It's in that Fearless
That's what it is.
documentary.
That's
what I saw.
it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Cody Nance went out there. He rode at it in it.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
Same year as Kaiki went.
Yeah, I was trying to. I thought JB was there, but maybe not.
There was one where they were talking about it with JB and how he was talking about how he entered and everybody was like low key hating on him, and then he rode and then everybody wanted to shake his hand.
Yeah. Do you ever remember seeing that bull like on the internet that like would leap up in the air and like fall over at that deal? Like it's that one bull. I don't know what his name is, but he's this big bull and he goes out there and he falls down every time.
Yeah, I've seen him.
And they still buck him?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but they buck him. But anyway, Fabiano was telling me about that bull from when he lived in Brazil, and the guy that owns him wouldn't let Fabiano get on him because he was afraid that Fabiano was going to be the first guy to ride him. So like to this day, like Fabiano's never got to get on that bull,
Well,
but he falls over.
It's
So I
kind of
don't.
hard to ride a bull that lays down on
Yeah, but there's been guys that like will get back, like will stay with him
Yeah.
and get up with him and try to ride him.
Yeah.
He doesn't fall down every time. He's just had some really gnarly trips.
Like,
that
does
they
he
post.
flop? Like trying to like?
Oh,
Like,
he
he
does
gets
this
up
on
there, dude.
purpose.
Yeah.
Like he does this
See,
on
that's-
purpose.
That's not cool.
Yeah, I don't know why they still buck him.
Yeah, that's not cool at all.
I'd like to see someone ride him.
For sure, you probably wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, he's probably mean.
They all look mean down there. Like there's,
Um,
yeah, they say they're not, but they
look mean. Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I love all
I
the.
just said.
I know. I was just reiterating what you said.
Golly, some of those pins that kids are like getting on down
Big
there.
old framers, dude.
Dude, they look like death traps. They're,
They're like wire pens.
they're like panels made out of chicken wire. And
And they're bucking.
yeah, they got big vests on that are like they look like life jackets and they're 4 sizes too big.
What about
That's wanting it.
That's one for real.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about when they like rope them and they have them like tied off at the fence and then they put the kids on them and they let them go?
I ain't seen that.
Like
Yeah.
timed to the fence posts.
Yeah. You've seen those?
I've
and
seen
then they go
videos
out
of
there
that.
and they turn back and these kids like go to whooping on them.
While they're tied off?
Or like they just tie like they choke them out pretty much and get them up against the
And
fence.
then they untie 'em.
And
Yeah.
then they untie
Okay.
them. Kind of like being in a bucket chute, but there is no chute.
Yeah.
And then these kids will go to whooping on them. They'll be sitting there turning back, looks like a dairy cow.
That'd be tough to learn. Like, I don't know. You got to be tough to learn like that, I guess. It'll weed out the kids that don't really want it pretty quick.
Oh, they'll do it here too, because that's what they did that night that I was over there. They're like, "Don't you want to get on the rope and steers?" I was like, "Sure."
They
And
tied them up.
Well, they put us. We made like this. It wasn't really a chute, but like it was like a gate, and there was like this, I don't know, a walk-up thing. So they had that up against. So the steer was in there. It was like this bridge type deal, and then it was just a gate.
Yeah.
And they were so small that they just turned around mostly, and so like they were not tipped. No tipping in there. They were very sharp horns.
Were they just little Corianis?
Yeah. They still had their head wraps on.
Imagine. They look so funny with their head wraps.
It was dark.
My buddy had a donkey growing up that they kept with their cows. He had an old donkey in it. Her hooves, they were just curling up around. It was terrible. But there was a younger one, and we ran it through the chute and put a halter on it with 2
Oh.
leads, and then we tied the halter off and opened the chute and let her out, and then put a saddle on her. And then he climbed. We cinched her up, and he climbed on her, and I just handed him the reins, and she didn't really do anything, but
Oh, she didn't buck.
no, she just kind of ran off. I don't remember how we caught her and got everything off of her though, because we just turned her out. Like we freaking opened that head chute and just turned her out into a pasture.
I've tried to buck donkeys before. They're not very fun. They don't buck usually, unless you hot shot them. I don't recommend that though,
Why?
because that's mean.
Oh,
It's just a donkey.
yeah, donkeys can be kind of mean.
We have a mini. It's really mean. He's mean.
The donkeys that I bucked were not mean. They were like actually big old sweethearts. They're good protectors against coyotes.
That's what I've heard. I've never seen one in action.
I know they chase my dog, so I mean that's close enough, right?
Same thing.
Versus like seeing one in complete action.
Do you like your nickname at John's, Dirty Joe?
Dirty Joe, I reckon.
Where at? Oh,
Dropping stuff.
Yeah.
J.
He called me something different the day before though.
Oh.
Have you ever been around like cow outfits before?
Yeah, so when I graduated college, I went and worked for a guy in Idaho that he was a big dairy farmer, but he also had a cow-calf herd, and so he hired me to primarily be on the cow-calf side. So that's when, because in college I worked at a feedlot, so I had kind of gotten like the feedlot side of it, but not so much the cow-calf. So yeah, went and did that out there for a year and a half and learned a lot, and just quit my job last week at a different place in Iowa, cow-calf deal. So
I've never worked around dairies, but I had a buddy in high school that his family owned a dairy, and they milked cows every day. Like, they never went on vacation together because someone always had to be there to milk cows. They milk cows on Christmas.
Dang.
yep,
Like,
it's crazy
I
commitment.
have no desire to be around dairy farms at all.
Heck no.
I heard dairy bulls are really mean too.
Yeah. Before I got out there, they got rid of their bulls and they just strictly do all AI, and they do some embryo stuff too. Yeah. But because they kept having guys like, because you're walking through the pen and those pens out there are pretty big, and you know all it takes is one guy not paying attention, and
Yeah.
they had a couple guys get tore up pretty bad.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
What kind of
Jersey Bull.
jerseys?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, jerseys are mean.
Really?
I
Mhm.
didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know are Holstein bulls mean.
Yeah,
too?
I've heard of Holstein Bulls being pretty mean too. They're growing up in Illinois. There's a lot of dairies around me, and so yeah, I've heard of some guys getting tore up by Holsteins too.
Yeah, we found a Jersey bull one time on the side of the road, and we caught him, and like loaded him on the trailer, and we had no idea that Jersey bulls are usually pretty mean. 'Cause
Was he not hot when you were?
he was so Jersey bulls. They say they don't typically start getting really mean until after about 2 years old. That's when they really start to find themselves, and this one was like a year and a half.
One theory that I heard too, this I don't know if there's any scientific backing to this, but so like say a Holstein bull, he's in there with that cow herd and they're on a really amped up ration to get like the highest milk production. So not only is he with all his ladies, but he's also getting like the best feed there is too. So he's just like feeling,
Amped up.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's up there.
yeah.
I've never even seen like a dairy bull. Like I don't.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I've never seen like
I've never
a
seen.
Holstein bull.
I've never seen one.
They're big.
I about
Yeah.
smoked a Holstein cow one night when I was driving. I was driving either to a party or I was just driving around, and I was driving down this county road, and I just see these see like the reflection of eyes sitting in the middle of the road, and I had to slam on the brakes and lock it up. This Holstein stood up. She was taller than my truck. I bet you. She was
Yeah.
huge.
Dang.
Yeah,
It would have been a bad deal.
Yeah, they say Holsteins don't stop growing. Their bones continuously grow.
They're-
That's why they can get to be like almost 6
Yeah,
foot.
They're tall.
Yep. And on the contrary, those Jersey cows, they're itty bitty. And the bulls aren't big either. They're pretty small, but they're just got little man syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what brown Swiss maybe was the bull or the kind of dairy cows that my buddy's dairy had. But anyways,
You can get Holstein steers pretty dang cheap. Bottle raise them,
what would you do with them?
have them as pets, saddle break them.
I don't break it.
You never seen a saddle break?
What do you do with a Holstein steer?
Oh, absolutely nothing.
Do you
Do you slaughter them for meat?
A lot of guys feed them out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, around me in Illinois, a lot of guys do, just because there's dairies around. So
You can buy them for $75.
really?
Yes,
That's just
Or
the
50.
That's just the going rate on them.
usually.
they're pretty cheap, but then milk replacer will catch up with you too,
Yeah.
though.
But you still got a baby Holstein, so who cares?
I'd rather have a donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a donkey. He's pretty cool. His name's Billy Jack.
Where'd you get that name from?
Billy Jack?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A buddy named Jack.
Have you guys ever had any like weird pets, like a donkey or like something different?
I had a bird.
What kind of bird?
It was a Quaker parrot.
Did it talk?
They were supposed to be able to talk. This one didn't. Don't ever get a bird.
Don't ever get.
He was mute.
No, he
was
wasn't
dumb.
mute. He made a lot of noise.
But he just didn't talk.
He didn't want to talk.
Words.
Oh. I have a Highland bull back home.
Oh yeah.
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 I think that's probably the.
I always wanted like a ferret growing up. I felt like, but
My buddy had a ferret and it stunk.
dude, they
Yeah.
stink bad and they carry ringworm.
Oh no.
Mm.
My friend had a ferret, and I guess it freaking would burrow up under the mattress, and it like tore all this, like it made a hole on the bottom side of their mattress, and like made a burrow in it. But yeah, a parrot was, I guess, pretty weird. But
We have a mini donkey, but that's about it. He's tiny. Smaller than this table.
I would love that.
His ears are like right here.
Have you?
Well, I bought a goat for a short while in college because I thought it'd be a good idea because we had like a fenced-in backyard, and she was a miniature goat, and it was pretty cool. It was fun while I had her because I had a motorcycle in college too, so I would take my backpack and whatever, empty it out, and I could put that goat in there and zip it up to where it's just her head sticking out, and then put the backpack like on front ways, and we just go for rides around town. And I think I almost caused some car accidents because people were like looking like, what the heck is that?
Did she
But
like it?
she didn't really fight it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Philip would get in the car and go places.
That's what you
My
said.
goat. Yep. He's
Philip
pretty-
the goat.
Philip.
It was a fun pet to have, but one of my roommates had a dog, and it just wasn't. In my mind, I had this picture of them being like best friends, and it was just not like that. And so I eventually just brought the goat back to the lady I bought her from.
I feel like if a dog's gonna be around a goat, it has to be a puppy when it meets it. Like,
Yeah, and he was young. I think he was like 8 months, so he was kind of like in that in-between phase, but he was just, I don't know, barking at it a lot, and I was afraid he was going to like kill it when I wasn't looking, because he was like a Treen Walker Coonhound or something
no
like
kidding.
that.
Yeah.
So,
there's a German Shepherd over here in a yard with a goat. And they're freaking just chilling all the time.
Yeah, they're like
they're like laying together. The dog will be chewing on its horns. Like, this dog was little though.
When he got him.
Yeah,
I saw that whenever you guys drove me around that first day. I was like, nice.
yeah,
There's a bunch of goats like right by our house.
yeah. There is. There's a lady with a bunch of
Border
border
collies.
collies too, and every morning you see them. Like, she opens the gate to they have a big fenced in yard, and those dogs look like they listen to her really good. And there's like 6 or 7 of them, I feel like. And she'll open the gate and they'll all go across into this little field across the road from their house and just run around a little bit, I guess, to stretch her legs. And and like if we come driving by, you can see them. She'll yell at them and they'll all just listen. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I got one dog and he don't listen at all, especially if he sees something.
That he wants.
Yeah, or like, golly, there's some pit bulls running around here. Not like that. I think he's gonna get tore up by. But
What's his name?
my dog's name is Rango.
Rango.
Yeah,
He makes friends with
everything loves him.
Even skunks.
Yeah,
Who would have known?
he makes friends with everything.
Rango's awesome.
But I guess there's a
Smooth talker.
I guess that pit bull, they like him too. Like,
he just walks with him.
He scared. There was one of those pit bulls in our yard the other day, and he scared one off. Rango's not very big. He's like 22 pounds.
he's a corgi.
I love corgis.
Me too. He's half corgi. The other half is freaking healer, which I'll never get another healer dog, I don't think. But I don't know what the stubbornness comes from. I don't know if it's the healer or the corgi.
Or both.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably the healer. I think
Yeah.
healers usually are pretty stubborn.
I used to think he was not very tough because, like, when I would discipline him, he didn't handle it very well. But like, he likes chasing the bulls and stuff, and like, he got stepped on one time and just kind of squeaked a little bit, and then got right back up and went.
Oh, yeah, he
Kind of
got-
went back to him.
He's a cool
Got
dog.
wadded up by frostbite.
Frostbite would try to step on him on purpose. But that's really the first dog I've ever had that's like been my dog. Yeah, you had a bunch of dogs?
Not a bunch. We had a couple growing up, and then I, just like you with Rango, I got my first dog like a little bit over a year ago. I got an Aussie. His name is Woodrow, and he's staying with my mom right now. So
Heck yeah.
he's pretty cool. He's supposed to be a cow dog, but he's definitely not.
Yeah.
He just kind of hangs out and does his own thing. He thought he wanted to do it, and then he got kicked in the face, and he was bleeding a little bit, and not like hard, but like by a calf, whatever. And yeah, that was the last time he ever.
I think for a dog to be an actual cow dog, like, they cannot live inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They
Like,
gotta be tough.
you see these old ranchers with these dogs that just like at the cafe in the morning, there's a rancher, he shows up with his flatbed, and these dogs just like, sometimes they're sitting on the top of the cab, like, but they'll freaking just sit on the back of their trucks and not go anywhere, you know. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
that's cool as
That's
heck.
awesome.
But
That is
they're-
cool.
You know, those dogs aren't pets. They
Yeah.
probably don't go inside, and I bet very rarely do they get like, you know, any kind of like affection.
Yeah.
They're just dogs, you know what I mean?
Like Star, my dog, who's a golden retriever, was bred for pheasant hunting out in Colorado. And yep, she's never done anything of that sort.
Yeah, same thing with my dog. My dog's bred to hunt hogs, but she's never seen a hog. Like, she's gone through her training, but she's never seen a hog.
I had a duck dog that was a duck dog. Like he wasn't really a pet. Like he was kind of lovable, but like when it came to hunting, that was his thing. Like that's all he wanted to do. You know, I thought that was cool.
There was a guy in Idaho that I worked with out there. He had a healer that, I mean, she was a heck of a cow dog, and we were coming back one time. It was like a 30-minute drive, and she was on the truck when we left, and then when we got there, she wasn't.
Oh man!
So we just started driving, and it was like on a dirt road, and I guess she just wasn't paying attention around a curve, but she was just sitting there waiting on the side of the road, just like it was nothing, just waiting for a ride. But
Dang.
it was crazy.
Dang.
Some of them guys with cow dogs are kind of ruthless, though. Like
Yeah.
if it doesn't do, like, you know, if it doesn't work out, like
It doesn't work out.
Yeah.
and the dog's gone.
Yeah, that's how my sister got a dog like that, a border collie that was at a cutting ranch. She wouldn't gather the steers well enough, and he was going to shoot her. And
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say that, but that's what guys do.
I speak nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you what his name is, but
JB was telling me about one he had one time, and I guess he freaking clamped down on a calf when he was gathering for some guys and wouldn't let go. So he just had to dispose of her right there.
Jeez.
I've known dogs in rodeo arenas that got guys hurt because of that kind of stuff, like lashing. There's one guy back home that has this dog, and he does not know how to work bulls. But this dog will chase the bulls all the way into the back pens, and those bulls will be kicking at him, and you're trying to like put him in the strip and shoot, and like they'll turn around and try to get that dog, and then like you're standing there like, here I go, like I'm about to get hooked. And I've also seen him like save some guys purely on accident.
Yeah.
Where he took the hook in and knocked the guy.
I've never really been a place with like turn back dogs. Is that what you like, guys?
No, this dog, I don't know what he was trying to do.
Have you ever been anywhere where guys like put dogs in the
When they
arena?
run dogs?
No,
their
like when
place-
they're bucking bulls.
Alabama?
Alabama?
Like, is there a purpose to that?
No,
No,
not
The
that
dog-
I know
I
of.
think it's
Okay.
just not stopping the dog anymore at
Okay.
that point.
Yeah, I've actually had them in there at a practice pen. I was fighting one time, and there was like 3 of them, and I'd like almost trip over them
Yeah.
half the time. But
I thought there was maybe a purpose to
I've
it.
never done
no.
anyone do it on purpose, but I've seen where they work. Like they go to
Yeah,
work.
after. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as the rider comes, like, I think that's what they're more meant for, is to, like, when the rider comes off, like, they help get the bull out the arena.
that makes sense. Yeah.
But as far as, like,
Everything I've seen, the gate
Oh.
opens in there.
Yeah.
they're right there. Started that one time because you got
That's
to
what
tie her
catfish
up.
does.
Yeah. And she got stepped on by the bull while I was riding, and I was watching her while I was riding my bull, and I like lost focus of riding the bull because I just watched my dog get stepped on, and so I dashboarded and went over the front. Had to pick her up and carry her out 'cause she broke her paw.
Oh shoot. Rango, yeah, if I didn't have him tied up, he would freaking be causing a mess. Like he'll freaking break in half. Like I have to hold him, and he's freaking going crazy if they turn a bull out and he's untied.
I mean, he goes crazy when he's tied up.
Yeah,
Like-
but he can't go nowhere when he's tied up.
Yeah, but he's annoying. I disciplined Rango one time at a rodeo that I had taken him to with me, and someone messaged Donnie and said that I was abusing his dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't care. He freaking-
He probably deserved
oh,
it.
absolutely.
I know for a fact he did 'cause I did it. It was so bad. He was being so annoying. Just would not stop.
Oh man.
What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get back?
It's Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. Get home, unpack,
Go see family.
go see family.
Is that on your list of things to do?
I think I'm gonna go to my mom's house Saturday, and then go to my cousin's house Sunday, and then start the ranch thing Monday. Oh no! And Sunday, I also gonna meet up with my buddy Ty. He has like a cow calf thing. He just started it this year, and we're gonna see what happens with that. But he's gonna go practice too. He was like my old traveling partner,
Heck yeah.
so we'll see what's up with that. Good old Ty Phillips.
Does your family know you're coming back yet?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
know.
like-
Told them last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How long are you here for?
2 weeks. So I think till August 8th. So
Then what?
I don't know. I don't have anything like for sure lined up, but I might be taking a job at a university, and I'd be like working at the research farm full time and then getting my master's part time in like ruminant nutrition. That's the only thing that's like a possibility. Other than that, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out. So
That'd be sweet.
Wouldn't be bad. I liked going to school.
it was fun. Besides the classes.
I didn't even mind classes, I guess. I mean, a lot of times I wasn't going to be doing anything else, so I might as well go to class.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about it.
I didn't go to college, so
We know.
I wouldn't know how fun that was. I wanted to ride bulls. Girls can't college rodeo, so
Was SEMO pretty fun?
Yeah, SEMO was a lot of fun. I guess I didn't really realize how free we were there until like people would come from Mizzou and be like they would talk about how fun it was there, and I was like, you guys go to like a big university. I don't know. I guess we kind of just ran wild down in Cape Girardeau, but I don't know. It was a good time. I met a lot of good people. I learned a lot. Wouldn't trade it for nothing.
What did most of your friends go on to do after college?
A lot of my friends like majored in like finance and business and stuff like that. They're just I got a buddy that works for Ameren. He's a good friend of mine, but my buddy Steven is he was an ag major with me. We took a lot of the same classes together, and he ended up going to work for Consolidated Grain and Barge, and he merchandised for them. He started buying and selling grain, and then eventually they promoted him, and he started doing trading bigger things, I guess. I don't really know. I guess he was the head of a trade desk, but then they sent him up to St. Louis, and he was working in a cubicle. And last I talked to him, he was still there. But
I see.
Yeah, I thought that's what I was gonna end up. He actually graduated a year before me and got a job there, and I was right when I was approaching the end. I was like, well, I guess I could do that, and maybe he could hook me up with a job. And I kind of just decided to reach out to DB on a whim. And been here ever since.
Do you think you would have still tried pursuing rodeo?
It would have been tough. I didn't really have a lot of any kind of introductions into that world. I mean, who knows? I would say probably not. If I'm being realistic, I would have liked to, and it probably would have been a big regret of mine eventually. But I would say if I wouldn't have come here to work, no, because there's like I knew a handful of guys that got on bulls in high school, and I think the number of bulls they got on was probably pretty limited, and I didn't know a single person that had ever been on a bucking horse.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah,
you would have been living in a suburb in a white picket fenced house.
Yeah, I wouldn't have, but I knew a lot of guys that did, and I just didn't want that. Good for them if that's what makes them happy, but I did not want that. That was like a legitimate fear of mine.
Neighborhood?
Yeah, like, I don't know, just
It's
like
different,
a cookie cutter kind of life.
Same thing everyone else does.
Yeah,
HOAs.
Yeah.
HOAs piss me off. The idea of an HOA.
What's an HOA?
Homeowners Association.
Yeah, I don't even see.
Like it's like a little a collective of people that make up a government for the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
They're super strict
disgusting.
too.
Yeah, man, like I would have like, I don't know, I would.
You piss some people off.
Huh?
You would piss some people off.
Me, yeah, probably, because like, I don't know.
All of us.
Well,
I feel
it
like
should
any of
just
us.
be motivation to just like go do what.
Yeah, for sure.
Go do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I stayed up a lot of nights thinking about stuff like that. I just didn't want that to happen. And like I would see guys graduate, and that's what they did.
Dang.
I was like, no.
What do all those guys say to you, like about what you're doing and everything you've done?
A lot of them think it's pretty cool. You know, and I'm not talking bad about like what they did, like and what they're doing. It was something I just didn't see myself doing, and a lot of them probably think that about what I do, you know.
Yeah.
And they'd probably have no desire to do it,
but yeah, like I guess that initial they probably understand like what you're doing way better now, but maybe when you first came down here,
I didn't tell a soul.
Oh, really?
Know, because like explaining it was tough.
Yeah.
Like I told my dad and my mom, obviously, and I told two of my really good friends. One of them was my buddy Steven, and my other buddy Garrett. I told them, and that's pretty much it. But explaining to my dad like what I was doing, like I told him I was going to go work for this guy.
Did your parents know who Dale Brisby was?
Okay, no, not at all. And my stepdad was like really like, yeah, like what's the worst that happens? You go down there for 3 weeks and you come, you know, it's 3 weeks. Who cares? My dad, it's not that he wasn't supportive. He just had a lot of questions. Is like, what are you gonna do for? I was like, Dad, I don't really know, but I've got this opportunity in front of me and I'm gonna take it, you know, kind of thing. But it worked out. Luckily, luckily it did. I don't know what I would have done after, but I would have figured it out, I guess, you know, just like everybody else.
Yep.
I don't talk to anyone from school, like that I went to school with, but I didn't go to college, so.
I still talk to people from high school. My buddy Garrett, I went to high school with. I talked to a lot of guys from high school. Not even every month but like when I see them, you know, it's like, I don't know, I try to act like I seen them yesterday, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My 10-year high school reunion is next year. So.
How big was your high school?
It was pretty big.
Yeah.
I think I graduated with like 300.
Oh, wow.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Catholic school, Mater Dei.
Yeah.
Brees.
Yeah,
that's where I went. Do you know anyone that went there?
I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of guys, like a lot of kids from my school would go to like SEMO and Mizzou and stuff. But yeah.
Is that's closer to like St. Louis, ain't it?
Yeah, like where my parents live is probably 35 minutes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Maybe 40 to St. Louis.
I know Ezekiel Elliott, he went to John Burroughs, but he would like commute from Illinois, like somewhere over, like just east of the river.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? You know who Ezekiel Elliott is?
No.
Oh, plays running back for the Cowboys now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I've definitely heard of your school. We never played. How big was it?
Oh, about my class was like 120.
Oh,
so
okay.
we were 3A, and then I think like my junior or senior year we got moved to 4A.
Gotcha.
But
I guess being in Illinois, we wouldn't have played you anyways. But
but then we like randomly my senior year we played a team from Kentucky one time.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so I don't know like why, but we did cross state lines for that, and like during summer we would go to like a summer football camp in Missouri. I can't remember where, but we went over there a few times. And
how big was your high school?
So I went to a school like out in the country for most of high school, which was tiny. Like I would have graduated with the 120 around there.
Yeah.
And then I went to a different school for my senior year, Fly Ranch, and it was the first year of a new building, so kids kind of got separated. You know when they build the different schools to like make school lines.
Mm-hmm.
So it was I think for me it was tiny because the graduating class before me was like in the 400s.
Oh shit.
And then because of that divide, there was only like 130, 180.
I only graduated with like 180.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was big, you know.
I thought,
but I could have told you everybody in my class's first name when I graduated.
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like,
yeah, definitely.
But Anyways. Well, we wrap these things up with a joke or life advice or whatever. But I got a joke.
Oh, yeah.
What's your joke?
You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
I might butcher it. I'll try to remember it. So there's 3 guys, and they rub a lamp and find a genie, because genies are in lamps.
Naturally.
So each of them gets 3 wishes. The first guy his first wish, he wishes for. Oh no, that's all right. We got the wide angle. First guy wishes for $100 million. Second guy says, well, $100 million. He's like, I want to be the richest man in the world. So he checks his bank account, and he's got like 400 billion, or I don't even know what the richest guy. It's like $400 billion in his bank account. It's crazy. The third guy wishes for his head to nod constantly. So he's like, his head starts nodding. The second guy, or the first guy again on the second wishes for he wishes to be really good with the ladies. So genie snaps his fingers and it comes true. Second guy wishes for just a really beautiful wife. Genie does his deal, and guy has a really beautiful wife that he gets along with, talks to all the time, never gets tired of each other. The third guy wishes for his arms to just go like this all the time. So Genie does his deal, and the guy's arms are just going like this all the time. I forget what the third wishes are for everybody, but then these 3 guys meet up again like a year later, and the first guy's pretty happy. He's freaking got chicks all over him. He's freaking good with the ladies. He's got quite a bit of money, because he wished for $100 million. Second guy, he's with his wife. They got a kid now. He's freaking killing it in the world and just happy as can be. He's got more money than anybody. The third guy looks at the other 2 and he says, guys, I think I'm stupid. Not my best one, but it's still pretty funny.
I liked it.
Yeah. You got anything?
What do you get when you cross, or what do you call a group of elephants crossing a river?
Swim trunks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I'm good. I'm so good.
Oh, that was a good one. Oh man.
You got a joke, Carlos?
No.
I'll go first if
Go
you
ahead.
want. What do a cigarette and a hamster have in common? They're both perfectly harmless until you put them in your mouth and light them on fire.
Oh my god. These are like awesome jokes. I love them. I don't have a joke, but I don't know. I guess some advice would be less reins, more brains if you're horseback. That's a pretty cool one.
I like it. All right, well, thanks for listening and joining us. Like, subscribe, watch some more videos. We'll be here. Until then, we're on to the next one. Pow, pow.
Pow, pow.